Hey everyone, this video is a quick demo of Memeboard and then a basic how-to on how to install it and how to use it once you have installed it. For a quick description of the app, it is basically a series of overlays and animations and sound clips which are sort of internet jokes or just otherwise sort of useful stuff for your stream that are a bit jokey, a bit fun, and of course can often be considered memes. On the left right now is just a preview of the stream, and on the right is the Memeboard app. So I'll show you a couple via clicking on the soundboard. But all of those things can also be triggered by keybinds. So I do have keybinds set up and I'm going to press those on my keyboard now. So the idea is you've got options. If you do want to have the Memeboard open on one screen, or just like I've got it open here half and half, or you do want to do keybinds, both those things are available to you. We've also got a toggle the webcam on fire effect. We've also got Thug Life. As well as some sound clips that you might need. So once you've installed Memeboard, the very first thing you'll notice is that you now have a Memeboard tab up here. Obviously, if you've got other apps installed, it will be up there with those tabs, so it might not necessarily be the first one here, but I'm sure if you've got other apps installed, you already know what you're doing there. Once you have installed Memeboard, you're going to need to add the two sources to the screen. So if you watch the demo section, you know we've got a full screen source and we've got a webcam source. So what we need to do, if you click the plus icon, any sources that apps you have installed have created, they'll be here. So ours are called Memeboard Full Screen and Memeboard Webcam Overlay. So let's add the Memeboard Webcam Overlay first. Nothing to do here, unless you do want to change the name of it, of course, you're free to do that. It doesn't affect the app working. Again, on this screen, you don't have to touch anything here. You can leave it all as defaults, but we are going to move it after this stage. So I'll just click done for now. And of course, as the name suggests, you want to move this one to overlay your webcam. And you can change the size as well, and you can use, I think it's the Alt key to change the shape if you want to. I do recommend leaving it as the current aspect ratio if you can, so only pull the corners, don't press Alt if you can avoid it. But ultimately, you can do whatever you want with this. So if you find something that works for you that isn't overlaying the webcam or it isn't the default shape, that is fine. And I will say that lining up doesn't have to be pixel perfect. You can see we are overlapping on the top a little bit here. That's absolutely fine. And you'll see as we demo now why that doesn't matter so much. So what I'll just do now is also make sure that I add the full screen one. This will contain, of course, all the full screen animations, and also the sound clips live in this one. So you don't have to have both on here. You don't have to have full screen and webcam overlay. But of course, if you want to use all the features, then you're going to want both of them. So now that we've added our sources, we can actually just go into our Memeboard and start playing. Now I will note the very first time you use the app, you're going to default to the How-To tab. This is basically what I'm talking you through right now. There's nothing really new in here that I'm not already telling you, but just in case you ever forget anything, or you want a reminder, or you'd rather read than listen to me talk, then always go to the How-To tab that lives inside the main app. What we'll do now is go to the Settings tab along the top, and you can see we've got all of our different animations lined up for us here in different sections. So this is the Sound and Overlay section, and you can see we've got the name, we've got a brief description of what it does, we've got the source that it lives on, so if you do decide you want to turn off one of the sources, you know which ones belong to which source, and then we've got the keybind. So these aren't the defaults, these are ones that I've set up, but if you do want to change a keybind, you can delete it at any time, so it'll tell you, successfully deleted, and if you want to set up a keybind, you make sure you click into this text box, and then you press the keys on your computer. Now this is exactly the same as what happens in Streamlabs itself, so if you've ever set up keybinds in Streamlabs, then this is the same process. Just make sure you save on each individual animation. So the last tab that we have is the main tab that you're going to be using, the Memeboard tab. Now this is the tab you will default to every time you use this after the first time you use it, and it's a simple click interface. So if you prefer to click rather than do keybinds, then here's your option. So I'll just click now. And of course, you've heard that, but you haven't seen it. So if you do want to be able to look at the Memeboard as well as see your stream, which I'm guessing most of you are going to want to do, there is this option that lives up here next to the name of the app in the top nav bar, and that will pop it out into a new window. So what I've done here, I've just locked it to the right hand side. If you do have 2 monitors, then you might want it on your second monitor, but ultimately do whatever works for you. So just like before, we can now click on our memes and they play on the stream on the left hand side, and of course this goes up to wherever you're streaming. And as you saw, I set up those keybinds earlier, so I'll just hit Alt number pad 1 now. And it's as simple as that. That's basically all you need to know, and I'll just remind you again, make sure you add the 2 sources, full screen and webcam overlay, position them to cover your webcam, and full screen will be full screen by default. The top nav is where the app lives, so you click this, and if you've got it popped out already, then it's still popped out. But if you don't have it popped out, if I just X out now, you'll see this is where it lives. If you ever forget how to do something, check this how-to tab, and to change your keybinds, it's in the settings. And basic usage is based off your keybinds or by clicking there. So thanks everybody, I hope you enjoy using Memeboard, and if you've got any feedback for me, please don't hesitate to contact me. My contact email is available on this page, and I'm always happy to field questions or feedback. Thanks everyone.